Well, welcome, Judy. It's just us right now, and
Yes, indeed.
who knows? We skipped Martin Luther King weekend, and we're back here, and so people get off their schedules. But we also have the live stream going, and it's on Facebook, so we're reaching people in different ways. Um, there's somebody just popped on. So we lost one of the world's great teachers of mindfulness and meditation on Friday. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese monk, died at the age of 95. Hey there, Naomi.
Yeah.
And so, in honor of Thich Nhat Hanh, who was a contemporary of Martin Luther King, and encouraged him to oppose the war in Vietnam, we'll do a few different sections in honor of his life and his teachings. And the first one, and these are all taken from the Times, not just an obituary, but sort of like a collection of quotes that they printed upon his death last Friday. The first one is called, where it's in the category of stopping. So he says, there is no need to run, strive, search, or struggle. Just be. Just being in the moment in this place is the deepest practice of meditation. Most people cannot believe that just walking as if you have nowhere to go is enough. The Buddha said, my practice is the practice of non-practice. That means a lot. Give up all struggle. Allow yourself to be, to rest. People talk about entering nirvana, but we are already there. Aimlessness and nirvana are one. Many of us have been running all our lives. Practice stopping. So those were just some beautiful words of teaching from Thich Nhat Hanh. And again, for those of us who might be joining now, passed away at the age of 95 on Friday at his home in Vietnam, where he grew up, learned meditation, was then exiled to France for many decades before returning to Vietnam later in his life. So the chant that I was doing at the beginning was in sort of in mind of this idea that there's nowhere to go. And Rabbi Nachman, of course, has this famous teaching of all of life is a very narrow bridge, but the important thing is not to be afraid. That it's easy to be afraid of the future, and it's easy to be afraid of what you can't control. But Thich Nhat Hanh's teaching is there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to control, because control is elusive anyway. There's nothing over which to have power, because power is also elusive anyway. So I'll share again this chant, Gesher Tsar Me'od, or Kol Ha'olam Kulo, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll do a deep meditation here on just stopping and just enjoying the simplicity of Thich Nhat Hanh's teachings and how he gives us permission to stop. Kol, 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 So we'll do now a meditation on stopping. And as you close your eyes and start to take deep breaths, I'll read once again the text here from the late Thich Nhat Hanh on stopping. There is no need to run, strive, search, or struggle. Just be. Just being in the moment in this place is the deepest practice of meditation. Most people cannot believe that just walking as you have nowhere to go is enough. The Buddha said, "My practice is the practice of non-practice." That means a lot. Give up all struggle. Allow yourself to be, to rest. People talk about entering nirvana, but we are already there. Aimlessness and nirvana are one. Many of us have been running all our lives. Practice stopping. We'll take about 5 to 7 minutes here. So the next part of the teaching here, what I picked out is called Going Home. That chant was from the Kedusha, Kavodom Leolam. God's presence, God's glory fills the entire world. And the question that the angels ask is, where does God's glory come from? They ask over and over again. This teaching, Going Home, quote, to meditate means to go home to yourself. Then you know how to take care of the things that are happening inside you. And you know how to take care of the things that happen around you. To meditate means to go home to yourself. When we think about going home to ourselves from a Jewish perspective, we think about our community. We think about going home to our community, whether that's in the synagogue, whether that's here in online world, wherever. We talk about going home. We talk about centering ourselves. Is what this means. Taking care of things that are happening inside of us. What's happening inside of us? The Kabbalists teach that inside of us there's an entire universe going on. There's ecstasy and joy, and there's sadness and loss. And before we can take care of the things that are happening around us, we have to take care of the things that are happening inside of us. Each one of us is a whole universe unto ourselves, a whole universe that other people may never understand fully. So, this idea that we're surrounded by God's presence is that we can always go home to it. There's nowhere that we really have to go, that we're sort of in the same way that we say that aimlessness and nirvana are one. There's nowhere to go. We sort of just are there. The question is, are we able to look up at it? Are we able to stop what we're doing enough to notice it? Also take care of the things that happen around us. Once we are settled within ourselves, we can notice the suffering that's going on in the world. Take a few deep breaths. We'll start with a little echo version of the chant and then go into some silent meditation on going home. Being home. Kevoro, Another teaching that Thich Nhat Hanh used was to breathe in here. Breathe out now. They mean exactly the same thing.